Have you ever trusted someone completely only to realize they've been hiding secrets all along? That's what happened to me. 15 years of being faithful in marriage, yet my wife thought she could hide our fortune without me noticing, but I found it. And what I did next turned her secret into her worst mistake. Stay tuned. You'll see how patience, observation, and strategy can reveal the truth. I'm Daniel Foster, 43, from Florida. I built a life of security and comfort, always careful and responsible with our finances. I never imagined betrayal could be so cunning, but I wasn't about to let her win. I had always believed that my life was solid. 15 years of marriage, a home in a quiet Florida neighborhood, and a family that I cherished deeply. It all felt secure. My wife, Olivia, and I shared routines that became second nature. Morning coffees together, laughter echoing in the kitchen, weekends filled with neighborhood barbecues and children's games. I took pride in being the provider, working offshore to make sure our kids and our home were well taken care of, trusting that my efforts allowed Olivia to manage the household and finances responsibly. Every day I walked through the front door, I felt a sense of accomplishment. I had built a life that was admired by our neighbors, a life that, from the outside, looked flawless. I loved my wife and my family more than anything, and I believed that love was mutual and steadfast. Yet, as I watched Olivia more closely in recent months, I noticed subtle changes. She became increasingly secretive, quickly closing her laptop when I entered the room, taking calls in private, discussing finances in hushed tones. Small signs that I brushed off at first, thinking perhaps she needed space. But now, looking back, I see them as the early tremors of something far more deliberate. My trust in her was unwavering, and I had no reason to suspect that she could be quietly plotting behind my back, shifting our life and assets in ways I could not yet comprehend. Even amidst the love and laughter, a small knot of unease began forming in my chest, an intuition I couldn't yet name. I had been diligent, careful, and conscientious, yet I would soon learn that diligence and trust alone were not enough to protect what I had worked for. I had trusted Olivia completely. For 15 years, I believed she and I were a team, sharing everything: our home, our routines, our lives. I never imagined that she had been controlling every financial detail without my knowledge. The trust one placed in her was absolute, and I had no reason to doubt her until I stumbled upon something that changed everything. While reviewing my old emails one evening, I accidentally accessed a deleted archive. My heart stopped. There, hidden among the erased messages, were traces of bank emails that Olivia had accessed and deleted from my account. It was clear she had been moving money without my knowledge. Shock and disbelief ran through me. I felt the first pangs of panic, but I knew I couldn't act impulsively. I didn't confront her immediately. Instead, I called a trusted friend, someone who could help me think clearly about what to do next. The more I pieced together, the more horrifying it became. She had been diverting funds to her new love, Justin, someone I had never suspected. He had bought her a car and was planning to purchase a house with her, all while I worked offshore, providing for our children and family. My blood boiled, but I forced myself to stay calm. Olivia continued to act normal in public, smiling and chatting with neighbors as if nothing were wrong. The contrast between her calm demeanor and the truth I was uncovering only heightened my sense of betrayal. Then came the twist I never expected. I discovered a hidden account along with secret transfers that she assumed I would never notice. My heart raced with a mix of anger and determination. Finally, I realized that the game had changed, and I was ready to fight back. I knew I had to act carefully. Every move counted. I began tracking transaction patterns, going line by line through bank statements, account histories, and property documents. The numbers, once comforting, now felt like a maze of betrayal. Each irregularity I uncovered sent a mix of frustration and anger coursing through me, but also a spark of hope. I consulted a trusted lawyer and a financial expert, sharing the records I had gathered, including the shocking evidence from my deleted email archive. Seeing the traces of Olivia's actions laid bare was almost surreal. She had been meticulous, but not flawless. Small mistakes in her hidden transfers, combined with the deleted emails, revealed cracks in her carefully built facade. Every time I uncovered something new, my anxiety rose, but so did my resolve. The emotional ups and downs were exhausting. Moments of despair when a pattern seemed obscured, followed by moments of hope when a new lead appeared. I realized that Olivia had underestimated me. And then it hit me. The mistakes she had made, the emails she thought were gone forever, had given me the leverage I needed. Legal recovery wasn't just possible, it was inevitable if I executed my strategy with precision. I felt a surge of determination. For the first time since discovering her betrayal, I knew I had the upper hand. I knew that simply uncovering the truth wasn't enough. I had to act strategically to protect what was mine and ensure justice for the years I had devoted to my family. With my lawyer, I began crafting a detailed plan. We filed legal injunctions to freeze accounts and traced every transfer Olivia had made to her hidden accounts. I documented everything meticulously, the bank statements, the deleted emails, and the patterns of her financial activity. But it wasn't just about the money. I couldn't ignore the fact that Olivia was planning a life with Justin. Each piece of evidence, from the car she bought him to the CCTV footage showing his visits to our home while I was offshore, added another layer to my strategy. I realized that her overconfidence, thinking that distance and secrecy protected her, was my advantage. I set up a legal trap that would force her hand. Every action she tried to take with the hidden funds, every attempt to sell or transfer assets, would be caught by the injunctions we had in place. I even subtly monitored her interactions with Justin, ready to document any misstep that would strengthen my case. The tension was suffocating. I was calm on the surface, but inside I was burning with determination. This wasn't just about reclaiming money, it was about protecting my family, exposing the betrayal, and making sure that Olivia and Justin could not benefit from the deception. For the first time, I felt the shift of power. The trap was set, and now every move she made would play right into my hands. The day of confrontation arrived, and I felt the weight of everything I had discovered pressing down on me. Walking into the courtroom, I carried not just documents and evidence, but the culmination of years of trust, betrayal, and careful observation. Olivia sat across from me, still wearing her mask of composure, but I could see the flicker of uncertainty in her eyes. I presented the evidence methodically. The hidden accounts, the transferred funds, the deleted emails, all laid bare. Then I revealed the CCTV footage showing Justin visiting our home while I was offshore and detailed the car and house she had been secretly planning to share with him. The courtroom grew tense. The truth could no longer be hidden. I watched her reaction carefully. Shock, panic, guilt. Her composure crumbled with every piece of proof I revealed. I felt a mixture of vindication and sorrow. I never wanted to humiliate her, but I couldn't let years of dedication and loyalty be stolen. In my mind, I repeated, I didn't want this to become a spectacle, but I couldn't allow deception to take what was mine or hurt my children. Finally, the judge reviewed the evidence and ruled in my favor. The hidden fortune was restored, the accounts frozen against further tampering, and Olivia's plans to elope with Justin were effectively blocked. I had won not just for myself, but for my family. For the first time in weeks, I felt a calm certainty justice had been served. I finally returned home, stepping through the door with a mix of relief and quiet pride. The weight of betrayal, the tension of legal battles, and the suspense of discovery all seemed to lift. I felt a deep sense of emotional closure, knowing that the hidden fortune was secured, Olivia's secret plans were exposed, and my family was protected. The months of uncertainty had tested me in ways I never expected, but I had endured and prevailed. As I sat with my children, laughing over a small evening routine, I couldn't help but reflect on the lessons learned. Trust, diligence, and patience are invaluable, but vigilance is just as important. Sometimes the truth only surfaces when you combine observation with action, and when patience allows the pieces to fall into place. I turn to you, the viewer. Have you ever discovered a secret stash or betrayal? How would you respond if you found the truth hidden from you for years? This is only one story where hidden betrayal met calculated strategy, and the consequences were shocking. More stories like this are coming, and each one will remind you that even the cleverest plans can unravel when the truth finds its way to light.